for this thing. All you bitches best to know my name. No but you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow you. For this thing, all you bitches best to know my name. No but you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow you. For this thing, all you bitches best to know my name. No but you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow you. I pull this thing, all you bitches best to know my name. Nobody you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow you.
I spin fellas, my swing quicker than Federer. I serve pack in a band's bag on a regular. And I'ma tell her how she sing for me T-Pain. Your mama's hooked on the packs, I'll be selling her.
I click M's and bang 'em and I'm a nut sing. I feel his head with the lead like a mukbang. The magazine made me lean when I walk in the drumstick will make a head bang like a punk band.
Hop in the cab, I'm banging me crossword up. Head in the west and I'm banging a posh birder. Couple of cans and a puff on me death sticker. Click on me fingers, he's cutting me cough there.
Ringing the bow bells, bringing the website. I'm flinging the dry food, bringing the cassette. They're belling me non-stop, sending the lads there. Hopping me drops up, I'm running a man down.
Mr. Big Bucks, I'll be looking at business. Dressed to kill, mama got me up on a writ list. Pole position, had a fella running the distance. I'll be banging a banging a banging a giving a triplets.
The bigger the bag, the bigger the butt crack. The bigger the chance the birds up in my contacts. The figure's a big deal, a pen on the contract. Serve me up, baby, give a tip on me top end.
And I've been whipping a wire, popping a Benson. Pushing a pack, the full stack like I'm benching. Giving the fish scale, they slide like a penguin. Flipping the chick on my bills, why fuck a pension.
Slow-mo vision, I've been puffing the peace pipes. Selling free fires to the fiends by the seaside. On my tail lines in the seams of my Levi's. With a stack figure, the Nicki Minaj sweetheart.
And I'ma tell her how she sing for me T-Pain. Your mama's hooked on the packs, I'll be selling her.
I click M's and bang 'em and I'm a nut sing. I feel his head with the lead like a mukbang. The magazine made me lean when I walk in the drumstick will make a head bang like a punk band.
Hop in the cab, I'm banging me crossword up. Head in the west and I'm banging a posh birder. Couple of cans and a puff on me death sticker. Click on me fingers, he's cutting me cough there.
Ringing the bow bells, bringing the website. I'm flinging the dry food, bringing the cassette. They're belling me non-stop, sending the lads there. Hopping me drops up, I'm running a man down.
Mr. Big Bucks, I'll be looking at business. Dressed to kill, mama got me up on a writ list. Pole position, had a fella running the distance. I'll be banging a banging a banging a giving a triplets.
The bigger the bag, the bigger the butt crack. The bigger the chance the birds up in my contacts. The figure's a big deal, a pen on the contract. Serve me up, baby, give a tip on me top end.
And I've been whipping a wire, popping a Benson. Pushing a pack, the full stack like I'm benching. Giving the fish scale, they slide like a penguin. Flipping the chick on my bills, why fuck a pension.
Slow-mo vision, I've been puffing the peace pipes. Selling free fires to the fiends by the seaside. On my tail lines in the seams of my Levi's. With a stack figure, the Nicki Minaj sweetheart.
Hotep, especially when the Hotep got the goddess mask off. He's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. No threat to a Hotep, especially when the Hotep got the goddess mask off. He's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Cannon Speaks. Give yourselves a round of applause because you could be anywhere right now, but you're hanging out with me, and I really do appreciate it. If you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Share this stream, guys. Let people know we live. You catching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. I can use that constructive criticism, guys. You want to donate to the channel? $ Cannon Hotep on Cash App, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Always welcome, guys. Anyway. Man, it was a fun time on the Griff Report today. I filled in for HJ on the Griff Report. Silly me thinking it's Thursday. I'm losing my mind, yo. Think I got that Joe Nickel slick brain today. Nonetheless, it was a fun time. It was a fantastic time. just watch me on Kick. Yo, listen. This video I played in the beginning, yo, that shit go hard, yo. The funny part is, it's almost like it's telling a story, right? That's what we dealing with right now. We might be on the brink, yo. We might be on the brink of a legit hot war with Russia and North Korea. I'm gonna say it again. We might legit be on the brink of a hot war with Russia and North Korea, and it may be all by design. All by design. I think they want to thrust us into a legit war before the Biden-Harris administration gets out of office, if they get out of office. Cannon, why you say if? Things is playing out a little weird. I touched on it on the Griff Report. I touched on it a little bit today in my stream on the way to work, and I'm gonna touch on it tonight. So, because of what happened in Ukraine with Biden allegedly, I'll say, given the go-ahead to Ukraine to launch ATAC missiles that were given to them by the United States at Russia, you got both sides of the aisle thinking that it's time for him to step down. The right's talking about impeachment. The left's talking about articles of impeachment by the right, and the left is talking about enacting the 25th Amendment. Or both sides are talking about the 25th Amendment. So we touched on this a couple of weeks ago. We watched a video with Jamie Raskin, right? We watched a video with Jamie Raskin, right? Jamie Raskin saying that, you know, they ready to circumvent the Supreme Court and everything and deny Trump. Again, deny Trump, right? Oh, no, I thought I had it up already. And deny Trump the White House via the 14th Amendment. They really think that that this may work. They really think that if they enact the 14th Amendment, that they can keep Trump out of office. Now, if they enact the 25th Amendment on Joe Biden, it gives Kamala Harris the presidency. Now, you got some people talking about, oh, they're going to oust her too. I don't think that's how it works. I legit don't think that's how that shit works. Yeah, check it out. Hear it for yourself. If I can get this shit to play. Hold on.
Again, it's necessary, but it's not sufficient, because what can be put into the Constitution can slip away from you very quickly. And the greatest example going on right now before our very eyes is Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which they're just disappearing with a magic wand, as if it doesn't exist, even though it could not be clearer what it's stating. And so, you know, they want to kick it to Congress. So it's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025 to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified, and then we need bodyguards for everybody in Civil War conditions, all because the 9 justices, not all of them, but these justices who have not many cases to look at every year, not that much work to do, a huge staff, great protection, simply do not want to do their job. And
fast forward to a couple of weeks ago, we have DOD Directive 5240 comes out and basically gives the go-ahead by federal and local law enforcement with the head nod from the White House or higher ups to use lethal and deadly force against United States citizens on American soil should some civil unrest or I guess what they deem violent protesting may arise. Interesting, right? So the scenario went, okay, and we did this. We walked through this a couple of weeks ago. What I said they enact the 25th Amendment on Joe Nicholslick. They give Kamala Harris the White House by a process, the 25th Amendment, through a loophole. Now they got their puppet installed without having to go through election. Without having to go through an election process. She's the president, period, full stop. Now, the next question is how do you keep Donald Trump from assuming the White House? This is where the theory gets weird. Not weird, but it gets a little, I guess, what's the word? Dicey, spicy. You find a way to enact the 14th Amendment saying Donald Trump committed sedition and insurrection on that day in January of 2020, which makes him disqualified from being the president of the United States. We just heard Jamie Raskin saying that it's up to Congress to basically disqualify him. Now, will this work? I don't think it'll work, but will they try it? 100%. 100%. What have we been hearing on the news, guys? Huh? This shit was just a theory a couple weeks ago. What are we hearing on the news? We gotta enact the 25th Amendment on Joe Biden. We gotta impeach Joe Biden. I wouldn't put it past them to try this shit. I wouldn't put it past them to try anything. Right? Not to mention, I really do honestly think that people are underestimating Vladimir Putin and Russia. It was one thing when people thought that the Ukraine was acting on this and the United States was giving them guidance and maybe helping them deflect a few missiles in here and there, right? But now it's out in the open that the United States said, yo, go do you. Matter of fact, here's some ordnance for you to use on our behalf. Putting it out there in the news, putting it out there in the ether. Now, the man from Moscow, he can't deny that, yo, the U.S. is dipping their big toe into this shit. Matter of fact, the U.S. is wading in this water, right? And not only that, now Great Britain is bucking too. Now Great Britain is giving the go-ahead to use their ordinance that they gave Ukraine. How many times you gonna poke the bear till he responds? Now you got Putin lowering his threshold on when he can use his ordinance, whether it be a tactical nuke or intercontinental ballistic missile or whatever it is. They're playing with fire. And I think the United States knows that. The powers that be know that. Whoever's running the White House, because it is not Joe Biden and it is not Kamala Harris, whoever's running the White House, and I bet we all know who's running that White House, whoever that is, knows what they're doing. Knows what they're doing. The same person that put all those troops in Poland right before he left. And then boom, a couple of months later, it was that sarin gas attack in Syria. Just saying. They're not opposed to doing this underhanded, sneaky shit. They don't look at us. They don't care about the American people. We're cannon fodder. We are cannon fodder. Now that worries me because Putin's a nuclear power. He's second to only the United States. He's second to only the United States. Zan said he think the nuke threat is a bluff, and it's a very well could be a bluff. The nuke thing could be a bluff. You could detonate that shit in the atmosphere, cause an EMP that knocks out the grid. Who knows? But I don't think we need to find out. And I'm not saying to be afraid of Russia. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is this shit is being done to sabotage Donald Trump before he gets in office. That's what's happening. In my opinion, that's what's happening. This is being done to sabotage Donald Trump before he gets in office. And maybe possibly to start some martial law to where as though they cannot transfer power, and yet Kamala Harris, if they do enact the 25th Amendment on Joe Biden, becomes the wartime president. I'm telling you guys, just, and the thing is like, it's nothing, whatever happens, there's nothing that we can do about it. Okay, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Understand that this wouldn't be the first time you get thrusted into somebody's war. We've talked about it before. The Lusitania, we sunk our own ship to get into World War I. Yes, the United States sunk our own ship to get into World War I. Turn the music down. The Gulf of Tonkin. I'm sorry. Pearl Harbor. We knew about Pearl Harbor. We knew it was going to happen. And we let it happen in order to go into World War II. We had to galvanize the people because the people didn't want to go to war. Vietnam. I'm sorry, the Lusitania was World War I. Vietnam was the Gulf of Tonkin. The Gulf of Tonkin didn't even exist. The Gulf of Tonkin didn't even exist. And we lied to the American people to go into Vietnam. Fast forward to the babies in the incubators for the Gulf War. Remember that? The Kuwaiti prince's daughter or whoever it was went before Congress and lied and said they're killing babies in the incubators. Here we come. United States to the quote unquote rescue. A lie. A lie. Weapons of mass destruction. A lie. A lie. To go into Operation Iraqi Freedom. This is what the United States does. The military industrial complex that Dwight Eisenhower warned us about. We need a new forever war. Not only that, we need to crash the system in order to do their whole new great reset. Now, like I said, there's nothing we can do about it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. All we can do is just be prepared. Be prepared to try to stick it out for the long haul. Be prepared to protect our necks and keep our families alive. Right? So my question is today, are you prepared for a shit hits the fan scenario? Are you prepared to hit for a shit hits the fan scenario? Are you stocked up? Appreciate it. If you're not, we're gonna go over some items that I feel like you should have in a shit hits the fan scenario. How about that? Where do we begin? Get out your notepads, people. Some learning time. All right, so let's begin. The first thing you want to have, okay, in my opinion, okay, this is what you want to have, is you want to have a bug out bag or a get home bag. They're one and the same in my opinion, but you want a bug out / get home bag. All right. Now, in this bug out bag, it should be able to sustain you for 72 hours. If you got 4 people in your family, then guess what you need to have? You either need to have two-person bug out bags or get home bags, or you need to have 4 individual bug out / get home bags. What you should have in this thing is some kind of water source, whether it's a camel pack. They got bags. They got like prepackaged bag water, water bottles, or water filtration system. You want to have water because you got to make it to your destination. And whether you got to hoof it on foot to get home, and it might take a day's walk, 2 days walk, you want to make sure that you got the energy and you're hydrated when you do it. So you want to have some kind of sufficient stock of water in this bag. Now in my bag, I got a few bags of water, these little individual bags of water, these little packs, and I got a water filtration system, just in case I just need to go ahead and dunk it in a fresh water source and filter out the contaminants so I can keep myself moving with some kind of electrolytes. Like maybe you can keep some Element or some liquid IV in your bag, or some sea salt. Sea salt got 83 minerals in the sea salt. Put a little rock sea salt in your water and sip on that as you're moving. The second thing you want to have is some kind of rations, right? Whether it's a Cliff Bar, a couple of Cliff Bars. They got these calorie bars that look like Rice Krispie treats, 3,000 calories in them. Have those in there. Maybe a couple of bags of MREs. I would say that 3 bags of MREs is enough, in my opinion. You're not trying to have 3 square meals a day. You know, you just want to be able to eat and sustain yourself until you get to where you need to go. Again, this bag is only to get you to your destination. So whether you broke down on the side of the road, or your car stopped working on the side of the road and you need to get home, you got 3 days to get there. Or you got to bug out from your house and your vehicle stopped running, you got 3 days to get to whatever destination you're going to. The next thing you need to have is some kind of shelter in your bag. Yes, they have it. Now, I'm not talking about running around with a whole fucking tent. I'm talking about some paracord with like a tarp or whatever. I don't care how you do it, but they have little systems that you can fit in your backpack that you can use as a shelter. You know, you're not going to be living like Rachel Ray and them. You're not going to be living like Martha Stewart, but it'll keep the rain off you, the elements off you. You know, get some sleep so you can keep moving the next day. The next thing you want to do is some kind of fire starter. Okay. Now they got shit out here nowadays. You ain't gotta keep hitting rocks together. Do I got something in here? I feel like I got something in here on one of these knives. I feel like I had a ferrite. I know I got it in my bag, but I thought I had a ferrite system in here. It might be upstairs in the other safe. Yeah, it might be upstairs in the other safe. But whether it's a lighter, some matches, a ferrite. A ferrite, you can hit a rock against it, it'll spark and light some shit up. You want to have some way to start a fire. Okay. You want to have a way. You need it for heat. You need it for heat. Keep a nice pair of gloves on you. You want to have a really nice knife on you. I want to pick up one of these knives and show it to you, but I don't know how YouTube works. You know, I don't want to pick up one of these knives because YouTube would trip out. Have a really nice knife on you. Paramount, if you can. You know, some kind of firearm, some kind of handgun, maybe like a foldable pistol caliber carbine, like a Kel-Tec or MCK that you can put your handgun in. I would love to show you the one that I have right here next to me, but I can't because, again, YouTube. So what we'll do is we'll go to let's see, we'll just use Google. Let me see. So this is pretty dope right here. Check this out. All right. Boom. So if you know, this is a rifle. So you don't need to do pistol paperwork for this thing. This is a rifle. This is a 16-inch rifle that folds in half. All right. So this is the Kel-Tec Sub 2000. They got various calibers. You can go 45 caliber. You can go 9mm. You know, you can go 40 cal. It folds in half, and it's a great survival gun. I'm gonna repeat this. This is a great survival gun. My dad has a ton of guns, just like I have a ton of guns, right? And this is one of his favorite guns of all time. He loves it simply because of the simplicity of it, and the fact that this shit runs. It runs. A lot of them take Glock magazines or Smith and Wesson magazines. You know, this can fold right up, go right into your backpack. You know? Or, let's look this up. Something like this here. This is called the Glock MCK. Okay. Now, they have one for the SIG, they have one for Canic, but you know, the ones I got is for my Glock 19 or my Glock 17. All right. My handgun goes into this chassis and it turns it into a pistol caliber carbine. The one that I have that I keep me is gray, and it has everything that I need on it to win a gunfight if I got to. It's set up for my Glock 19, and that thing runs and it's stable, and you can put rounds on target at a substantial distance. So like I said, you know, with that backpack, you want to have something, or just have a regular handgun. You know, I would like something where I got more stability and I can make sure that every bullet that leaves my gun is going to hit whatever I'm aiming at. But if you don't got it, something like this, you know, I think I bought it for like $200 or something like that, and it is worth its weight in gold. You want to have some kind of firearm to protect yourself. Because what's going to happen if something goes down, right? And it don't got to be some wartime scenario. It got to be some Red Dawn scenario, a lights out scenario. It could be something as simple as a natural disaster that maybe wiped the roads out. Sound familiar? Wipe the roads out, and now help ain't coming for a while. And people get hungry. When people get hungry, people get desperate. Now, like I said earlier, you got to be prepared to do whatever you got to be prepared to do whatever you know. Jesus, I can't talk tonight. I'm so tired. You got to be prepared to do things you wouldn't normally do in a polite society. You know. Also, along with this prepping, you want to keep a nice pair of shoes in your trunk, and you want to switch them out according to the season. So, for example, right, we're going into the cold months right now. Now, in my trunk, I'm not going to have a pair of fucking walking shoes. I'm not going to have a pair of running shoes. I'm going to have a pair of nice boots. All right, a nice pair of boots that I can walk forever in. My boot of choice is I have two pair actually. I have a pair of dope ass Pumas. They're boots, they're Gore-Tex, and I can walk forever in them things, like I'm walking on clouds. I also have a pair of Hokas, Gore-Tex, feel like I'm walking on clouds. I can walk forever in them. You know, Red Wings do make a decent boot that you could walk. They got a nice pair of tactical boots, but these Hokas, and shit, like me being my size, I'm 290 pounds. I don't feel that shit. I love them. You know what I mean? But if Red Wings, I got Red Wings. But if Red Wings is your cup of tea, get yourself some Red Wings. If you get some Merle hiking boots, whatever, feel free. But make sure it's according to whatever season it is, whatever the weather is outside. Same thing with your clothes and your attire. Have a change of clothes. Have a change of socks. Make sure it's according to how the weather is. You know, so you should be changing your stuff out probably at twice a year. You know, spring and the summertime, you know, it's going to be different than fall and winter. You know. What else we talking about here? Like I said, a nice pair of utility gloves. Paracord comes in handy. But stuff like that should be able to get you home. Things like that should be able to get you home. Have a radio. So inside of my bag, I have one of them wind-up radios, right? One of them wind-up radios, just in case the battery dies in it. One of those wind-up radios that I can listen to AM radio or whatever to hear if it's any other thing coming through. If you can, a mobile ham radio, right? Get your license. Right now I'm slacking because I ain't get my license yet and I need to knock that shit out. But a mobile ham radio, you know what I mean? And also teach your family how to use it so you can get a hold of them should some shit go down. But as far as that's concerned, I think that's pretty much it, unless I'm missing something. Anybody in the chat think I'm missing something, let me know. Now, you made it to your destination, you made it home, or you made it to, I don't know, your contingency spot because your neighborhood, the block too hot. You can't stay there, right? You can't stay in your neighborhood because the block too hot. What we looking at? Now let's touch on food first. You don't gotta have the most expensive MREs and all this other stuff, okay? Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Make it something that, you know, that's not that expensive, that you can, you know, you can eat cold or eat hot if you can heat it up, right? Right? So like, for example, oodles and noodles, top ramen. You know, I prefer the chicken flavor. Some people like beef, some people like shrimp. I like chicken. don't cost a lot for a box of ramen noodles. It don't cost a lot. I know Aldi's, I think, sell like I don't know, like a 20 pack for like $3 or something crazy. Stock up on oodles and noodles. You can eat them noodles dry. You can put them in some water, heat them up, put the little seasoning on it, have yourself a little meal. It's something cheap. Canned goods. Right now, I know canned goods got a lot of preservatives in them, but beggars can't be choosy in the apocalypse, right? Beggars can't be choosy in a lights out scenario. Beggars can't be choosy in a natural disaster scenario. You got to eat something, right? You got to keep your energy up. Get canned goods, canned vegetables, right? If you want to rinse the vegetables off and eat them, go for it. You know, for your kids who don't like it, get some canned ravioli or something like that. You know, canned vegetables, canned fruit. You know, beans, stuff that's filling, you know, and have good fiber in it. Canned stews and soups. You know, again, my place of choice is Aldi's. Aldi's is not that expensive. Go in there. You can, when COVID hit, I remember that when COVID hit and people was tripping out in the market, everybody trying to get steaks and this and that. You know what I did? I went to the center of the store and I stocked up on canned goods. That's what I did. It's cheaper and it goes a lot further than a steak or two. I walked out of there, I think it was either $60 or $80, and I walked out with 2 totes of canned goods and oodles and noodles. The next thing you want to talk about is water. All right. So now you're home, and now you gotta have a substantial amount of water. Right. You need water. You gotta survive. Right. So this is what I would suggest. Everybody in your household. So say for example, I got 4 people in my house. Each person, in my opinion, what Deer Park spring water, right? You can get 40 bottles for $5, I think it is, or something like that, or $7. You get 40 bottles of water for $7, and that's the good stuff. That's Deer Park, right? Even if you got purified water, all you gotta do is add a little bit of sea salt to that purified water to get those minerals that you need in there. So let's just go with Deer Park. You can afford Deer Park. You can afford $7 a case. Each person in your house should have 4 cases of water at the minimum, in my opinion. Right? If we're gonna go with the 90-day supply, all right, if we're gonna go with the 90-day supply, everybody at the minimum in your house, each person should have 4 cases of water to themselves. 4 cases of water to themselves. Right? Same thing with the food. I got 4 people in my house, 4 totes filled with canned goods and oodles and noodles. Each person should be able to sustain themselves with that. At least a 90-day supply. You know, and this is the cheaper way to go versus trying to get MREs and stuff like that. Also, clean your bathtub, fill your bathtub with water. Clean your bathtub out, fill it up with water just in case the water goes off. If you want to do some kind of rain collection, you can get yourself one of those ABS or plastic drums. Put a little funnel or some kind of something in there to catch the rain. Right? Some people hook it into their gutters. Some people hook it into the gutters. It runs down the gutters into their into the barrel, and they collect rainwater that way. Or fill your bathtub up. Now, once you clean the bathtub, fill it up. You want to make sure you got your water filtration systems. Now I showed you the water filtration system I keep with me in my cars. I got one in my truck, I got one in my car, and I got one in my wife's car. And then here I got a water filtration system, the same type of system, the Sawyer system, gravity fed system that can do gallons of water at a time. The one I showed you earlier, the little small one, can do 100 gallons of water, 100,000 gallons of water. I think this one I got can do 500,000 gallons of water. Can filter that. Make sure you got some kind of water filtration. Make sure you got water stocked up. Like I said, bottled water isn't expensive. It's not expensive. Unless you're getting some Voss water, or you're getting Essentia or Fiji and all that other stuff. Like I said, you can just get regular fucking purified water. Now, purified water, all that should do is just go straight through your system if it has no minerals in it for it to hook onto your muscle fibers. That's why I say you put a little sea salt in it, right? Because you need potassium and all that stuff for it to soak into your muscles. Or you get liquid IV, Element, or some kind of electrolyte powder that's going to help you hydrate. That's right. They do make those bladders for your tub. You got a point. You know. Pro said, how many of our families are disciplined enough to make sure all this works for us properly? Do we think they ready? LOL, most of them think we conspiracy theorists wax for thinking about this. Man, listen. My family on it now, right? At first they thought I was tripping. Now my mother, she keep a bag. My mother, I think she said she got 2 bags. She got 2 bug out bags ready. She got her canned goods. She got her contingencies. She know where she going. You know, my dad, same thing. He ready, he on it. My brother Bishop can go survive in the woods if he need to. Every weekend he practice that shit essentially. You know, my youngest brother, he an idiot, but we'll help him. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, the family's prepared for that. Now, once you get all your food and you got your water, you need first aid. You need first aid, and you just need to get on YouTube, guys, and just download, you know, first aid procedures and things like that. You know, learn CPR. If you can go to a local community center or whatever, learn CPR or learn the shit on the YouTubes. You know, triaging cuts and burns and bruises and breaks and scrapes. That stuff goes a long way. That stuff goes a long way. Anybody can do it. Get your first aid kit. Make sure you got ample alcohol and peroxide. Make sure you got bandages. Good pair of scissors. Make sure you got your aspirin and your Tylenol and your Advils. You know, everything that you need just in case somebody gets sick. If you're diabetic, make sure you got ample insulin on deck. You know, if you got some kind of disorder, make sure you got what you need. Now, eventually it's going to come a time where that shit going to go scarce and you got to figure it out. You know, but they say that most of these situations only last about 90 days, 120 days, something like that. Hopefully you can last that out. There's some instances and some scenarios where this shit is just a war of attrition. It's just how long you can last before you have to succumb to whatever's going on and you give in and you have to give yourself up or whatever. But the key is to try. Now, once you got your first aid and your food, you want to make sure you got heat, right? You want to make sure you got heat, especially it's getting cold, right? Let's just say some shit do happen here in America and the fucking grid goes down. Your central heating and air ain't gonna work. You gotta figure out how to keep your family warm. We were talking about this earlier, man. Go to Tractor Supply. We all got Tractor Supplies in our cities, in our states, in our towns. They sell kerosene heaters. Kerosene heaters are some of the best heat you're gonna get. Kerosene, it burns clean. It ain't gonna leave some crazy ass smell in your house, but it's gonna heat up the area. Let's see. Let's go to tractorsupply.com. The kerosene heaters. Boom, here we go. Check this out. $120 right here. $120 right here. Kerosene heater. Right there. These things give out good clean heat. Not to mention, you can set a pot of water on top of that thing and it's going to boil up pretty damn good. It's going to boil up pretty damn good. So not only do you have a heat source, you can use that for a stove. Kerosene burns clean and it burns slow. So it'll last quite a while. My dad used to have 4 of these things, if I'm not mistaken. It was 4 of them. Like I said, he kept, I think I told you earlier, he kept one upstairs in the hallway, and we had heat, but he just ain't like using it. We had one up in the hallway where the bedrooms were, one in the living room, and then we had 2 in the basements. Good clean heat. $120. $120. This one right here, it says heats up to 1,000 square feet, 23,500 BTUs. These are great alternatives for heat. Garlic and herbal remedies, yeah. Matter of fact, a friend of mine just sent me a book full of herbal remedies. You know what I mean? Alternative sources to conventional medicine, natural healing, stuff like that. I'm going to buy the book. It's like $20. I'm gonna buy it. Anybody remember back in the day they used to advertise that type of book? It was like the healer's guide to herbal remedies or something like that. You know, I remember that book. It used to come on. It used to be a commercial for it all the time. Who would have thought that people really be into it now? You know? But yeah, this is great for heating. You know, and like I said, it doubles as a stove. It gets so hot you can sit water up here and it'll boil. I remember that. My dad used to do it all the time. But you want to make sure you got batteries for your flashlights. Get flashlights. Everybody in the house should have their own flashlight. What else? You want to have a good light. So let me see if they got oil lamps. Okay, I don't need nothing that fancy. You do not need nothing this fancy. But they do, other places sell oil lamps, let's say. Boom, here we go. Walmart, $6. Home Essentials Vintage Kerosene Lamp. There you go. What's this? Oh, they're decorative. They're kerosene lanterns, though. They're kerosene lanterns. So they work off kerosene. Get a bunch of them. Boom. This might be the way to go. Like I said, candles. Somebody said you can take like some Crisco, put that shit in the what's the name, put a wick in it, and boom, you got a candle for a long time. Beef tallow, same thing. Got a candle. You want to have some kind of lighting for the evening time. Also, shore up any entrances to your house. So, for example, you got your front door. Make sure you got a deadbolt on there, and make sure you got another deadbolt on there, or some kind of other, like maybe one of those sticks that go up under the doorknob, so people can't kick the door in, the dead stop or whatever they call that. If you got a sliding glass door, that's all. It's fucking, again, sliding glass. You got a sliding glass door. Maybe you plywood that up. Drill right into the frame or whatever, and you plywood that shit up. Make sure nobody can't come through that situation. Same thing with your basement windows. You got basement windows, plywood, whatever you need to do to shore that up. You don't want these marauders coming in there when they get hungry to try and get your shit, and they done snuck in your house. You don't know they there. These lamps are pretty damn dope. These are pretty damn cool. I wouldn't mind having one of these like outside, like out on the deck and stuff like that. Shit, what's this? They decent size too. Yeah. They not bad. They not bad little kerosene heaters. They nice little size for real. You know, if you want one of them old school joints, get one of them old school joints like this one right here. How big is this one? Looks like it's a decent size. 3x7. That's not bad. That's not bad. You know? Jonas said if you ain't putting in a steel frame indoor, I am in. Trust me, and I plead the fifth. What's up, Emmanuel? What's the deal? What's the deal? Bitcoin crack what? 95K? Yo, Bitcoin might hit 100K by next week. Kick plates and willingness for conflict. Also, this is potato stand, so it's probably going to be fine here. I hear that. But not here. Not in some of these cities where people ain't prepared. You know what I mean? So once you got your food, your water, your first aid, your batteries and all that other stuff, and again, a radio, so you can keep preferably a ham radio, so you can scan the channels and find out what's going on. Maybe there's some group that's getting ready to make a move out of town or whatever. You know, you want to be in the know. You don't want to be blind, you know, in the house blind, and then shit done passed you by and you ain't take the help when it came. You know what I mean? Now we want to get to the firearms. Do I watch MicroStrategy? No, what's that? What's that? A water bob for your bathtub. That's what it's called, a water bob. Shit, I still got to learn how to scan it. I'm relying on Joe from Council on Future Conflict. Matter of fact, let's go to before we get into the gun section. Amazon. Hey, Daisy girl, you is she here? I don't think she in here. Shucks. Plan is to trade me oxtail cheesesteaks for ammo. It just might work. It just might work. Let's go to Amazon.com. Let's just go here and then I'll go from there. Oxtail cheesesteak is my weakness. First, let's look what a water bob is. What's it? Is this it right here? One of these right here? Huh. That's simple. It's $27. That's it. Huh. Damn. That's simple. $27. That'll get got. That's going to be bought. 90 gallons of water. Get a couple of those. Yeah, I mean, once that thing's filled up, you're not moving it. You ain't moving that once that's filled up. So it's going to stay in the tub. Y'all coming up on the crypto? Oh shit. I only got, how many tubs I got? I only got one tub. I got one tub and then I got showers, but why not? Just put the bobs in the showers, call it a day. Damn. 90 gallon. You not moving it once it's like, once that shit filled, that's it. That shit ain't going nowhere. That's a lot of water too. I like that. Anyway, so let's do this. Here we go. So this is Tactical Wisdom. This is Joe Dolio's line of books, which I will say is a wealth of knowledge. He is a part of the Council on Future Conflict here on YouTube. He has everything. He has everything to, like, if the lights went out and you wanted to run your neighborhood like a clock or your community like a clock, here you go. Here you go, right here. First aid, defensive operations, fieldcraft, scouting and patrolling, contacts and notes. Here we go right here. The Guerrilla's Guide to Bofang Radio. That's from NC Scout. Again, NC Scout is a part of the Council on Future Conflict as well, along with me. These guys are a wealth of knowledge. If you're not following them on YouTube or Rumble, man, you need to be. You need to be, especially to keep abreast on what's really going on abroad. But both him and Joe have manuals on Bofang radios and ham radios and stuff like that. So, what kind of gun do you need for home defense? Let's go to our good old Palmetto State. Let's go to Palmetto State Armory. Now, what I personally recommend for, let's just say, somebody that's not used to shooting, right? You worried about how shit gonna go. You're not a shooter. You don't go to the range much or at all, or if you ever did. But you want something, right? I'm gonna tell you what you don't want. Well, I wouldn't recommend you get, unless that's the only thing you can get your hands on. If you're a beginner, you're a newbie, do not get a handgun. Do not get a handgun. That's true. We were talking about that earlier today. Don't get a handgun. I know people are afraid of the dreaded AR-15. Oh my gosh. But guess what? That AR-15 is way more user-friendly than that Glock or that SIG or that FN. This AR-15 right here, and we ain't even gonna go with those. We're just gonna go cheap. Let's go regular PSA PA-15. Here we go right here. These are the basic bitch of AR-15. This is their beginners. Like, if you got $800 to spend, this is perfect right here. Boom. Okay. Get yourself a handgun if you really want a handgun, and you get an AR-15 right here. 30-round magazines, that's enough to keep your family safe right there. Every time I had a PSA AR, I have no issues. I think the only issue I had with mine is that because the barrels are so short, the gas rings, they break fast. But they're like $1. You know what I mean? And because the short barrel, that's why the gas rings go so quick. But it's okay. It's like $1 for them shits, right? You got to replace them anyways every so often. So, but I haven't had any issues with Palmetto State. You know what I mean? And I got a few Palmetto builds that I've done. I got to build them from Palmetto because Maryland won't let me order a whole gun from Palmetto State for whatever reason. I do not know. But for $789 for both of these guns, you cannot beat it. Right? You know? Now, well, I don't want the AR-15. It's too much firepower. I don't know how a glorified 22 is too much firepower, but whatever. You know what I mean? Let's see. Let's go with the old shotgun. Now, me personally, the shotgun is probably the most devastating gun out for close quarters for home defense. I want you to understand, you hit somebody with a shotgun, I don't think there's a chance, unless you're using bird shot, I don't think there's a chance that they survive that blast. I'm just going to let you know. You pull out your shotgun and you pull that trigger on somebody, 9 times out of 10, they're going to meet their maker. Okay? Now, if we're going to go shotgun, that's not a bad price. Damn. Bruh. Now, I do like these. I like the bullpups, right? These are $200 guns. Now, I would have to play around with these bullpups just to see how reliable they are, right? Because sometimes, like when they're just cheap or whatever, they might got a problem cycling certain ammo. Like if it's not high brass, then it might not cycle right. If it's buckshot, it might not cycle right. It might have to just shoot slug. You know what I mean? You know, Bushwick Bill survived and he's a mission. Oh man. But check it. This right here, I think this is a hell of a price for this. That bitch dope. Hold up, we're gonna go look at that in a minute. My dad just purchased, well, he just got one of these. I ain't gonna say purchase. I think somebody traded him some shit for this right here. Check this out. The Kel-Tec KSG 12 gauge bullpup shotgun. This shit is beautiful right here. All right, you see this? It is a single barrel, dual tube shotgun, bullpup shotgun. So both these tubes right here on it. Let me do this. Both these tubes right here hold the shells. There's a switch back here that it goes back and forth. And I believe, how many rounds does this thing hold? As it say? Because I'm a guess. Oh, here we go. Total capacity is 14 rounds. 14 rounds, okay? If you get the mini shells, 28 rounds. 14 rounds in this bullpup shotgun. But if you get the mini shells, 28 rounds of hate coming out of that barrel. This is the KSG 12 from Modern Warfare 3. This is it. Sauce, this is it. Jeannie said the bullpup a flamethrower. Oh, man. But this shit is a great shotgun. You know, if you don't want to go with that. Like, these are pretty dope, but I don't know how reliable they are. They might be okay. I don't know. Right? Now with the bullpup shotguns, the reason I like the bullpup shotgun, right? This is nice. It's kind of like the KSG a little bit. Interesting. Huh. This is nice. What's the capacity on that? Five plus one capacity. It's okay though. It's okay. Single tube. I just wanted to see what that was. All right, so you can go here, right? Regular, nice pump action shotgun. You can't go wrong with a pump action for real. You know what I mean? The Tokarev, I really haven't heard much about it, to be honest with you. But why not? You know, you got to get what you can get, right? You got to get what you can get. So if that's what you can afford, go ahead and go for it. But what I would suggest is something like this Mossberg 500 right here, right? It don't got to be a turkey gun, but the Mossberg 500 is a reliable shotgun. It's a very, very reliable shotgun. You know, pump action shotguns are pretty reliable because you gotta rack the slide and shoot. So you don't gotta rely on like a piston or something like that to cycle the round, and then it's not cycling, stuff like that. That's if you want to go with a shotgun. You know, thing about a shotgun is, unless you get something like the Kel-Tec or whatever, where you can have a bunch of rounds in it, you can still get many shells for pump action shotguns, but it's limited in its capacity, which is an issue for me. Right? If you're not used to it, right? If you're not used to it, you're gonna pull the trigger and then forget you gotta pump the goddamn shotgun and send another round. You know, it's something you gotta practice. Kel-Tec haven't just finished an 8 ball of booger sugar. Oh my god. I mean, I didn't even know they made a 410. That's pretty dope. Now, my mother has this thing right here. Don't ask me why she has this. She has the Mossberg version, but she has this, and this shit is just not fun. I'm gonna just put it to you like that. That shit is not fun. It is not fun. It is not fun. I'm gonna put it to you like that. That shit is that shit. The 12 gauge shotgun without a stock, you can keep that shit. It'll get the job done, but understand, you might have some fucking wrist issues after that. Just gonna put that to you. Just gonna put that out there. Just gonna put that out there. Let's see. See, this is what I like too. They said, here we're gonna sell you this optic and a bunch of magazines for $179. That's why I like. This is why I like Palmetto. Like, they got these great bundles. They got these fantastic bundles. You know what I mean? Like, they're 5.7 hold 23 rounds instead of 20. I'm like, we're gonna sell you we're gonna sell you 10 magazines for $170. But like I said, you want to pick your poison as far as the gun, but get you something to protect your neck. Get you something to protect your neck and protect your family. Because what's going to happen, like I said, is people get hungry, and when they get hungry, they get desperate. When they get desperate, they're going to come and see why you ain't left the house in a few days. And if you sit there and did all of these preps, you got all of the food, you got all of the first aid, you got all of the water, and you don't got something to protect those assets, you in big trouble. You just went grocery shopping for the bad guys. You just went grocery shopping for the marauders. That's grandma in her TV chair, shoddy. Grandma just straight from the hip. Bow! That's that shotgun that you got strapped to under the table and shit. You super intrigued by the dagger bundles? Yeah. We just showed that earlier. It was like $7.89 or something like that. You got an AR and you got a dagger. You can't beat that price. You can't beat that price. Yeah, Pro was shooting this shit at the range in Miami. That shit was running too. That shit was straight running. Yeah, you got to. You can't hold that. You can't hold that. That shotgun gotta be at the hip. You can't hold that gun out like this, like they be holding that Draco. You're gonna hit yourself in the face. I'm just letting you know. You gotta keep that shit close to you. Boom, and just ride with it. If you're gonna do something like that. But like you just said, he got bundles. We showed that earlier. Boom. So you got this right here, $7.89, 16-inch AR with a PSA dagger, threaded barrel PSA dagger at that. You know what I mean? after that, guys, you know, other things you want to do is start honing skills. You want to start honing your skills, right? So now that you got all of this stuff, now you got to be able to protect it. You got to be able to utilize it. You know what I mean? Another thing I failed to mention as far as like your food preps, get bags of seeds. Again, you can go to Tractor Supply, you can go to Home Depot, Walmart. They got all the seeds over there. Grab, you know, heirloom tomatoes and peppers and all that other stuff. Get all of that stuff. Cucumbers and zucchinis and shit like that. Get all of that stuff. And then once you got all that stuff, learn how to utilize it. If you don't know how to garden, it's on here on YouTube. Somebody's gonna teach you how to do it. You know? Because understand this, if shit go a little longer than expected, you know, you're gonna be in the shit again. So learn how to hunt. You know? Learn how to hunt. I would suggest that you get yourself one of these as well. Okay, a 1022. This is a Ruger 1022. Okay, I have one in this safe right here. I've never put any rounds through it, which I need to do. Actually, this is the exact one I got right here. That's exactly. Oh no, that ain't exactly what I got. That barrel's fucking cool. That's integrally look like. Oh, that's the takedown. See, I don't got a takedown. I want a takedown though. I do want me a takedown. I got this one right here. This is exactly the one I got. That's exactly the one I got right there. And I got a nice little scope on there. Nothing crazy because it's a 22. So I got a nice little scope on there from Amazon. Put that shit on there. It's good to go. You know. MREs last 25 years plus. That is true, Mike. That is true. You know. But I'm gonna tell you this: MREs aren't cheap. They are not cheap. I got a couple bags of MREs. I'm upstairs. I got lucky on them though. I got them for like $5 a piece because my gun store was running a clearance on them. They was like, yo, nobody buying them, so we put them on clearance. I was like, shit, give me all of them, and I bought all of them. You can go to Walmart and get the little camping meals. They over there in the camping section. What's up, Dirt? Dirt Sapien in the building. MRE, it was cheap given to you. That's what's up. Listen to Brother Lynch. You know, I gotta do what I gotta do, bro. Buy the cases. You lucky man, yo. You a lucky man. I'll tell you that much. You know what I mean? But yeah, so this right here. The reason I bought this because a friend of mine was like, yo, you should have a 1022 and you're safe. I was like, for what? He was like, well, a little 22 just in case, you know, you want to do some varmint hunting. You know what I mean? Like, I see a squirrel and I got to eat. That squirrel going to get ate. That rabbit going to get ate. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, shit, I might be like them daggone migrants out this bitch. Bow, that goose going to catch it. Oh shit. You know what I mean? Just you gotta be able to feed your family. It's a good thing to learn how to hunt. You know what I mean? I carry a bow. I got a compound bow out there that I'm really, you know, efficient at. You know what I mean? I'm still fishing in. I bet they greasy. I don't know. I think the possum too ugly to eat. The soldiers leaving the service and giving them joints away. Damn, that's what's up. Wish I knew some soldiers giving those MREs. I'll take them shits. AR-7. It's the AR-7. Is it called something else? It's a gun I ain't never heard of. I'm tripping. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. I didn't know they was called AR-7s. I see them all the time, and they're not expensive either. So for those of y'all don't know, this is what you're talking about. This shit kind of look like a grease gun a little bit. Yeah. That's what you talking about right here. I see these joints all the time for sale. I see these little joints all the time for sale. That's not a bad little survival gun. That's not a bad little survival gun at all. Little 22. I got another little 22 right here in the safe as well that I got from my grandfather. You know. Buy wire and traps. That's a good idea too. Learn how to trap. That's kind of slick. I want one now. It kind of put me in mind of like, 1930s gangster type shit. Almost like a Tommy gun a little bit. But those are the basics, guys. But like I said, once you got all this stuff, you got to learn how to do it. If you don't know how to garden, then go learn how to garden. If you don't know how to hunt, go take a hunter safety course. All right? Go watch YouTube. Go out there and learn how to stalk animals. You know, like Michael Wilbur said, go buy some wires and some traps. Learn how to trap. Learn how to trap. You know what I mean? Traps for large animals, 22 for small game. Right. You just want to be prepared for anything if shit hit the fan. You want to be able to survive and keep your family safe and fed should the lights go out or some natural disaster hit or something. Exactly. This is why I'm giving you guys this information. If you live anywhere near a metro city, the unprepared are going to be roaming around like fucking Walking Dead, stealing everything they can. They're going to wreck your gardens immediately and all that. That's why I said you gotta have this shit. You gotta be able to protect all your stuff. Gotta be able to. Like I'm in the suburbs, yo. I'm in the suburbs, but I still don't trust. There's too many neighbors. I have too many neighbors. I gotta go. If shit get bad for too long, me and my family gotta get the fuck out of here. We leaving in the dead of night. We leaving in the middle of the night like the 84 Colts. We leaving in the middle of the night like the 84 Colts. All right, don't be all grocery and no guns. All guns, no groceries, right? You need to have all this shit prepared. All right, I would say you should have an ammo can like this, right? Filled with so first off, you want to consolidate your ammo. So like, for example, right, I had a bunch of different calibers and I consolidated my calibers. So for the most part, I got 12 gauge shotgun, I got 9mm, and I got 5.56. I got 22 and I got a 300 blackout gun. That's probably my obscure round is the 300 blackout. But everything else is 9mm and 5.56 for the most part. And I got my little 22 for, varmint hunting and stuff like that. Rough terrain deters visitors. High in the mountains, low in the swamps. Yeah. Yeah, being alone is gonna be hard. If you got a community and go for it. You got a group of people that's willing to throw down with you. That's the best thing you're gonna have. B said that earlier. But there's gonna be a lot of people that can't make it to the mountains. It's gonna be a lot of people that they can't make it into the woods. They don't know how to survive in the woods. They got to survive in their urban terrain that they're in. And I just want to give you guys this information just in case you're one of those people who, if shit goes south, you got to survive where you are. You know what I mean? For as long as you can. You know what I mean? Because right now, shit is kind of sketchy. I feel like I said the funny part is I've been saying this shit for a long time. I said, you guys heard me before, people with my day ones. I'm like, yo, I feel like they're going to fucking lob a missile at Russia and it's going to be on and popping. And that's what it looked like they're trying to do. That's true, Pepe. Like I said, you gotta be willing to do some shit that you wouldn't normally do in polite society. You guys seen that movie Leave the World Behind? You saw that part with Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon was supposed to be that's my guy. He did my renovations on my house. That's my friend. He went over there to try to get some help. Kevin Bacon was like, yo, that's the old days, yo. Shit real now. I don't know you. You was cool in regular society, but this ain't regular society no more. I can't trust you. That's how it is. And honestly, that's how it probably should be. Unless, like I said, you got your group of people that you can trust. The United States shut the embassy down in Ukraine. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard they shut they shut it down in Ukraine and urging everybody to come home. What video you got, yo? Yeah, it should. I mean, shit getting spicy now, and I don't know what to make of it. You know what I mean? All I can say is like, it ain't nothing we can do to stop this shit from happening. All we can do is just put ourselves in the best position to win. You know, if shit do go down. You know what I mean? If they just shut the embassy down in Ukraine, they expect some fucking carpet bombing. They expect Russia to just go in that bitch and just start laying waste. I think at this point, I think that's why they shut that embassy down. I think some shit about to jump off. We got a holiday coming up. I wouldn't be surprised if shit spark off the week of Thanksgiving. That's true. Oh no, there are definitely no winners. I hope there's no nukes involved. You know what I mean? I really do. But nah, if that shit happens, there's definitely no winners. And I don't like it one bit because I'm in Baltimore or I'm in Maryland. I'm too fucking close to DC. Hey Emmanuel, you just fucked, yo. You better haul ass back to Philly. Man, you better haul ass back to Philly. By the way, if you're new, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification icon. Let's see. Is this it right here? Yeah, this it right here. So check this out. This is from BattleBox. I like his shows. I mean, I like his content, right? You know, I didn't just wake up knowing a lot of the shit that I know. It come from studying, you know what I mean? So this is one of the videos I seen. That's why I was like, yo, okay, this is dope. There we go. Let's get to it. Let's check it out.
Kern 1776 here. So I'm sure you've seen the Puri Bag video. The video has gone absolutely freaking nuts, okay? I think collectively across all platforms, it's well over 200 and some million views. And probably the most frequent comment is, I wouldn't drink that. Number two is, surely you have to boil it afterwards. And both of those are completely untrue.
All right, yo, be safe.
This Puri Bag system right here will clean the water 100% where it is consumable. You can drink it. That's what it's for. It's not for just getting rid of the heavy stuff. It actually disinfects, cleans, and I get it. It seems weird. It seems like there's no way it can do that, but it does, okay? So I'm going to briefly go over the Puri Bag system, and then I'm going to share with you guys an upgrade to the system. They now have a Puri Bag Pro system, and I'll talk about what goes along with that.
So what he has right there is what I have in the house. Right, mine's is from Sawyer. So this is what I have in the house. But let's watch this.
That sneeze was not caused by the water, FYI. Drink up.
I think that nuclear sub been there. Like, is that you talking about off the East Coast, like over by like Cuba, or you think is it further up? But I know they had the one that was still off the coast of Cuba that never left. They just stopped reporting on it.
Alright, so let's find us a spot here. It's right here. Should do. So me doing this is kind of stirring up the dirt in the pond. So this should be enough for demonstration purposes.
That is straight shit water, okay?
It's kind of tinted. Got some floaty bits in there. It's got some leaves in there. Also included with the Puri Bag system is the P&G Purifier water packets. Now, this is a coagulant It also has chlorine, so it kills and disinfects, and it 100%, 99.9999, like 7 nines or whatever percent, makes this water, when you use this stuff, perfectly clean to drink. Okay, they can't say 100%. Nobody can say 100%. I don't know, I could be wrong here, but I think by law you can't even say 100%. So it's like 99.79s. Okay, it's pretty freaking like good. I mean, how close can you get to 100%, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this over, and we're going to take this clip. See, it's got this little yellow bit. The yellow bit goes under the fold, and you slide it across. All right, and that's going to seal it off. And now you just want to agitate it, yell at it, cuss it out, agitate it real good for about 5 minutes. And it's got a handle up here where we can hang it. I just got to find a place to hang it. So I got this tree right here. I got a spot here where I can hang this up and let it do its thing. So once you hang it up, you want to let it sit and do its thing.
Now, when I first seen this video, I was like, yo, ain't no way he gonna clean his water enough to allow for it to be drinkable. Ain't no way. So I was just watching it. Let's check it out. Let me see if I can fast forward a little bit. And I'm just going to let y'all watch it.
Thing for about 30 minutes. Now, another comment I've seen in the previous videos is, oh, it's just gravity doing the work. It's just gravity. Okay, gravity isn't clumping that stuff up like that. Okay, yes, gravity's helping. This stuff's getting heavy and it's going to the bottom. But the powder is causing coagulation or flocculation. All this stuff is getting clumped together, and over time, it's going to settle down here into the bottom. Now, you got stuff may be floating up here at the top and things like that. You don't have to worry about that, okay? Even if you may see a little floaty bit here and there, you're okay. That's what this filter is for. The water will be clean to drink, will be safe to drink. So we're gonna give it 30 minutes and we'll come back, we'll dump this portion here off. I'll show you how to do that, yada, yada, yada. But in the meantime, what makes the Puri Bag a Puri Bag Pro? This inline filter and this tube right here. Like I said earlier, a lot of the comments are, surely you got to boil it, or I wouldn't drink that, I'd have to run it through another filter or something like that. And I mean, I get the comments. I understand it's okay not to trust something. I mean, I get it. Okay.
Now, when I use, like, I've tested out one of the ones I got, nothing that extreme, but it tasted fine to me. You know what I mean? Hope says it's like the stuff that clumps up the fish tank to clean the water. So let's keep it moving. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Although that water right there.
Now, what I will say is, like, I got a zero water filter too upstairs, and like I could taste the difference between like the water coming out of the faucet and the water coming out of the refrigerator versus that zero water filter. Like that zero water filter, like it tastes like velvet. You know what I mean? So I could take some water from the tap. I can taste like it tastes like metal or whatever it is that they got in there, chlorine, and then I put it through that zero water filter, and it tastes like nothing. So I don't know. Maybe the method that he's doing does the same thing.
In about another 25 minutes is 100% safe to drink, which I will prove because I will drink it straight from that right there. This gives you peace of mind. You've got. It's called the mini outdoor filter. It's medical grade filtration. These guys have gone through all, and I mean every certification known to man on the planet to verify that that Puri Bag is effective, that it works, and it's the same with this, that this is effective and it works. This company also makes filtration devices for the medical field, hospitals, etc., etc. They put the same technology in their consumer brands like the Puri Bag. This is 99.9999999% effective when you don't have to deal with very turbid water, okay? And when I mean turbid water, I'm talking about. So I got a bunch of turd water in there.
I feel genuinely nervous to release this to the.
Stop. Let me see. Let me go to the. Let's go to the good account.
Yo, what's up? So you take the filter, not moving, but it's pretty freaking clean. They put the same technology in their consumer brands like the Puri bag. This is 100%, sorry, 99.99999 turbid water, okay? When I mean turbid water, the living crap out of this filter really, really quick. If I just wanted to drink out of this pond, it's pretty freaking clean. It's not moving, but it's pretty freaking clean visibly, right? There's not a lot of turbidity in there. The only reason why that's got a lot of dirt in it right now is because I stirred it up while I was filling the bag. So all I would really need to use is this. There's a couple ways you can use this.
Man, you'll say, ain't no way.
Back to the pond. The scenario is you looked around.
Yeah, I got
some trash. You found a bottle that you can use.
Now, as far as like potassium iodide, I got a bunch of that upstairs in the medicine cabinet. Got enough for me and the kids. You know what I mean? So, yeah. No, it ain't filtering out no radiation. That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping we ain't hitting no radiation out this bitch. You know what I mean?
Used to collect water. So here's our water. Got a few little floaty bits in there. Relatively clean. Not a lot of dirt to worry about clogging up a filter. I got my filter. So you take the filter and you simply screw it right onto the bottle, just like that. So you can drink straight from this straw or this inline filter, but I'm doing this so you can see the difference here. Pretty good difference there. So let's have a drink. Taste is virtually gone. Didn't probably saying taste. If you've ever drank pond water.
Yo, man, I bet your ass get a missed meal cramp when you dying of thirst. That fucking filter gonna be enough for you at that point.
Or you know what pond water tastes like. How well you can see in here, it was kind of yellowish tint. If you've ever drank pond water, you know what pond water tastes like. Doesn't probably saying taste. If you've ever drank pond water, you know.
Well, there you go, Keisha. You said,
how well you can see in here, it was kind of yellowish tint. I see little floaty things in there. Yeah, I wouldn't really want to drink that. But with this, I can drink it. I can put this cap back on. I can throw this in my pack. I've got water to
it's
carry
all
on
about
with
survival,
me until
people,
I get to
right?
another water source. So with the Pro system,
Hope said add a little Kool-Aid to it. You good?
You got this option in relatively clear, clean water, and then you got the Puri bag option with really dirty, turbid water. It's actually pretty freaking good. And I'm thirsty. Get some more. You can say if you're on foot and you come up to a water supply and you need to get a quick drink and you don't have a bottle or anything like that to use, you can simply dip this down into the water, kneel down, bend down, and drink straight from here, or attach the hose to this and stick the hose into the water supply and drink it like a straw. So you got options. Okay, so now we're back at the Puri bag. As you can see, a lot of the dirt and nastiness is down here at the bottom. We've got clearer water up here on top. Now there is little bits of stuff in there. Some stuck to the sides. Most of it's kind of a little bit stuck to the sides, like right there. But that right there is all the junk that is settled down into the bottom. So we got to get rid of that. And then we're good to go by using our little spout right there to get us a drink. All right. So we're going to take this right here and grab it right here. We're going to twist this and we're going to put this right here so that we can empty that out. Now, you will get some leakage and that's okay. This is just so we can get rid of the gunk. We're going to pull our first clip off like that. Put our piece back in just like this. We can leave this or take it off. I'm going to take it off. little bit of stuff got stirred up right there. We'll just let that settle, and then we'll take us a drink. All the bad stuff is dead. You hear me? It's safe to drink, even though there's some stuff floating around in there. Understand that?
Now, what I might do is throw a second fucking tablet in there. I'll probably put a second fucking tablet in there to drink that, to get that water a little more clearer for me.
We've got a carbon filter right there that's going to stop any of the floaty bits. Any of those floaty bits that are in there, if it's something that was alive, it is now dead. It's clean. It's safe to drink. So, am I in camera? Lets the water out into your glass. Right there. I see no floaty bits in there, and it's time to drink.
So there's a carbon filter inside of the bag as well. Okay, we got you. And then what else you doing?
Tastes perfectly fine, and it's perfectly safe to drink. Heck, right here, so I don't have to worry about my water coming out. All
right, so this is the extra, step where it's like, okay, we're gonna hook this hose up to this carbon filter, and then we got the carbon filter on top of the life straw.
Got our filter, we got our tube with our little piece right here. So there's a hard plastic and then this soft plastic. You can pry that up with your fingers and pop this off. This is also how you replace your carbon filter. I'll do a separate video on that. I don't have any extras, but you basically can push that filter out and then pull it back through and then put a new one in. Anyway, set this aside. This is your little spout right here that you can open to let the water out if you're not using the Pro system. Now it's just as simple as taking this, snapping it in, being sure it's pushed down so you don't get any leaking. Okay, inline filter, hang it back up. All right. Now, if you have trouble getting the water to flow, you can just simply kind of squeeze the top of the bag and kind of get some air pushing down to kind of get it going. But once it starts going, you're good, right? So we're just going to fill this up. Well, not fill it up. We're going to fill it up about right there. Close it off. And there is clean, clear, drinkable.
Yeah, it's about survival.
Water.
It's about survival
from the wild. Okay, no visible floaty bits. Nice and clean.
Look how clear that is.
Cleaned using the P&G purifier water packets. We got all the gunk down into the bottle.
You got 3 levels of purity. You got the chlorine tablet that went in there and sanitized and killed everything in it. Then you got the carbon filter that filters more of the contaminants out, even though the chlorine tablet killed it all. Then you got the life straw, I'm gonna call it, with its whatever's got active charcoal and some more shit in there, that's further cleaning the water. And you saw how clean that shit was.
Bottom that we could.
This is all about survival, people.
We're going through a carbon filter right here, which at that point you're good. You can drink that. You don't need to use that. That is peace of mind for you folks, that you should boil, you should this, you should filter again, you should this. Okay, fine. Puree Bag said we'll provide you with an inline filter that you can use in other situations without the Puree Bag, or you can use it with the Puree Bag for that peace of mind. Although you don't need it, because this system with just this filter works perfectly fine. When you're out in the wild, you're in a natural disaster situation, boil order in your town, or the water system just goes out in your town, zombie apocalypse, I don't care, whatever it is. There's tons of scenarios that can happen. All the people out there that kind of pick on us preppers and survivalists, stuff like,
what are you so afraid of? Why are you so scared?
We're not. We're prepared. We use tools and skills to our advantage in case they're needed. I would much rather do that than be dependent.
All right, you get the point. I think this might be the one where he kind of did something different.
This water filter can save your life. So we have the bag itself, as you can see. Here's the spout for it, and the spout
like he did something else one day and made it extra
in it as well. So we're going to fill this up as best we can here. Then we have 10 of the P&G Purifier water packets. I'm going to open that up.
Now, clearly the key to this is the fucking P&G purified water packets. So if you can find those on Amazon, grab them. All right.
I'm going to put that inside, slosh it around, mix it in real good for 5 minutes. Then after 5 minutes, you need to hang it up for 30 minutes. The water is looking way better than it did.
This water filter can save your life.
So he did one where I thought he added some extra shit to it, and that shit made it super fucking clean. Made it super fucking clean, but whatever. There you go. There you go, guys. Michael Weber said Clorox bleach. You gotta be careful with that. Like, I know it was that and something else. Something else cleaned the water too. I still feel like it was like iodine tablets clean water too, but I could be wrong. Not potassium iodide, but iodine tablets. I could be wrong. But this is another way to get your water clean. You know what I mean? You run out of water in the house. You know, you may come across some kind of pond or some kind of water source and like, yo, fuck it. My kid, we need to get some water. You go get that water and then you put it through this filtration system right here. And then you just, you take a chance on life. You take a chance on life. Activated charcoal, yeah, filtration, it does help. I believe that the filter that he had, that extra filter that like the Life Straw, it has activated charcoal in it. Mike said just drink more beer. Oh man, that's funny. But yeah, guys, I mean, these are just tips, right? If shit hit the fan, and it ain't got to be, like I said, a Red Dawn scenario. It could just be a natural disaster like we've seen with Hurricane Helene and Hurricane, what was it, Milton? It could be, you know, rolling like a brownout or something. It could be anything, right? You need to be able to stick it out. You need to be able to stick it out, whether it's just for a few days, a few weeks, or a few months. You got to be able to survive and keep your family alive, you know? So all those tips that I gave you guys, man, try to implement them, you know, over time. You know, hopefully we ain't got some shit that we up against the clock on now. I don't know where that nuclear fucking clock is. I know that shit was minutes to midnight. Now that shit might be seconds to midnight. I don't know. People who stock up on what? Belle Delphine bathwater. I'm pretty sure I'll be fine. Got a fish tank? You got charcoal. Interesting. My son wants a fish tank. Mike said, good night if we still here tomorrow. Yeah, I got a compound bow. I got a Bear compound bow. Love it. Had it for about 6 or 7 years. I'm pretty good. I'm good for about 60 yards. I'm a good shot for about 60 yards on my compound bow. Yeah. Makes me a better rifle shooter. Do I got any toilet paper? I got toilet paper, but you know, you gotta make do with what you got. That's right. That's right. Hope we do take a lot for granted, and things can take a turn, you know, out of nowhere. And then next thing you know, you in the dark trying to figure out how you gonna make it. And it's gonna be a lot of people, if things go south, trying to figure out how to make it. I want you guys to be in the best position to survive. Like I said, you know, something could happen that could keep us out of commission for, you know, a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, or maybe a year. You know, just started a year ago. Blew your shoulder on the first day. How fucking what, you had that shit set at 100-pound draw? What you like? How you fuck your shoulder up? You had that shit set way too high, didn't you? Give me 100 pounds. I think my shit set at like 72 pounds, and that's still like that's I think that's good enough. I even thought about, man, why am I shooting at 72 pounds? Like, I could just shoot at 50 pounds. It's gonna get the job done. You know what I mean? Yeah, most won't last 6 months. Most won't last, like if we have an EMP scenario, most people won't last past the EMP. You know, people with pacemakers and stuff like that. So it's a wrap. people on life support or shit like that. Didn't warm up his arm. 3 to 4 months. Yeah, 3 or 4 months seems like that's like what people think. Like, yo, if some shit go down, it's gonna be like 3 or 4 months before shit starts to trying to kind of get back on track. So, you know. Anyway, guys, like I said, take this information, replay this back, talk to your friends about it, talk to your family about it, implement some of the things I said, go get some of the things I said, learn first aid, learn how to hunt, learn how to purify water, learn how to can, learn how to garden, learn first aid, learn CPR, learn how to use a ham radio. All these things will benefit you in the long run. And if you don't got to use them, then that's okay. At least you got those skills just in case you might need them. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys, yo. If you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Share the stream, let people know we live. Catching the replay, leave a comment, let me know how I'm doing. I can use that constructive criticism. You want to donate to the channel? $ Cannon Hotep on Cash App. Super chats, Rumble rants, always welcome. If you need a piece of tech, you need a Faraday cage. That's true. That's one thing I didn't bring up. Thanks, Pepe. A Faraday cage, guys. Something you can put your electronics in, just in case we do get struck with an EMP or something like that. That'll protect like your phone and stuff like that you might need. There are tons of videos on YouTube that teach you how to make homemade Faraday cages. They're simple to make, and they're very important, honestly. Anyway, till next time, it's Cannon Hotep saying be blessed, stay strapped, don't miss, and don't worry about tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow got enough problems of its own. Worry about today. I'll holla at you.
Don't relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes.